Keen Project Solutions, a modern engineering and construction firm embracing technology, establishing industry-leading systems and processes, and delivering reliable results to our customers. At Keen, we are passionate about inspiring our team and our customers to achieve great things, offering the highest quality services as an industrial contractor to deliver turnkey projects. Our core beliefs drive us forward. Protect people, build relationships, drive innovation, and focus on end goals, bringing our customers' desired results to life. See how Keen can work for you at thinkthinkeen.com.
This game is heating up, folks. Frank squares up like a butcher block on defense. Audie with the fadeaway. She's on fire! Literally, that is. The net has been burned to a crisp.
I'm Chris Williams from Cyclone Fanatic, a proud Iowa State graduate from the class of 2007. No one shows up like Iowa State fans. And Cyclones support Cyclones on and off the field. Your gift can provide scholarships to students, fund groundbreaking research. We could even drum up opportunities for the marching band. Visit MoveWhatMatters.com to learn how you can make an impact today.
Welcome back to the Cyclone Fanatic post-game show. I'm your host, Leah Nelson. Chelsea Poppens will be joining me in the studio to talk about your Iowa State women and the Baylor's matchup and their game we just watched. It was a tough one, but it was fun to watch, and we will break it down for you. But let's thank our sponsors as always. Starting off with Keen Project Solutions. They are celebrating 10 years of innovation serving ag, industrial, and commercial customers with pride. Visit thinkdifferentthinkkeen.com today to apply. Keen Project Solutions, great people, make a great company. And then we've got our friends over at Central States Roofing. They are great partners of Cyclone Fanatic, and we thank them for supporting our coverage of the Cyclones this postseason. Central States Roofing has been locally owned and in business for 56 years now and serving our local communities. Get the best Iowa roofing service from the top roofing company in Iowa. Central States Roofing has 3 convenient locations in Des Moines, Ames, and Fort Dodge. See more of what they can do for you at csroofing.com. All right, Chelsea. It was obviously a tough game. We wanted to see Iowa State win, but it was fun to watch, and after the first couple of minutes, I feel like the game could have gone a completely different way, obviously. So kind of what are your initial thoughts right after that loss?
Yeah, I mean, initially the first quarter, I thought we were going to get stomped.
Right.
So really tough for Iowa State defense. But then the comeback, I was like, all right, we're ready to fight. So that was good to see that it was a competitive game on both ends of the court. I mean, people were on the floor. You see people complaining about the refs. I'm not saying I agreed with all of the ref calls, but when ESPN has a reel of all of these people falling down at halftime, you know the refs are trying to control like the physicality so people aren't just getting hurt left and right. Because I mean, Crooks was on the ground a bunch of times, other players were on the ground a bunch of times, and so I don't know, you write a fine line. But all in all, I think it was a good competitive game. We ran into the same issues that we did the last time as far as points off of turnovers. When we have 22 turnovers and Baylor's able to get 20 points off of those turnovers, that's the game right there. Baylor's a veteran team. They know how to translate and get those steals. And I think there's a lot of times that we made a lot of really not great passes, and because we're like, oh, Crooks is gonna get the point. And I think in the fourth quarter, Emily Ryan made a pass down to Crooks, and there's 4 gray jerseys down there. Yeah. And in a high pressure moment of the game, that's not it. And then there was a bunch of other, I think, opportunities like that where we were just trying to force it into the paint down low. And I wish other players like Ariana Jackson or other players were trying to get to the hoop a bit more and a bit more aggressive there, because that's the best style of play that like that's our best game when other players are forcing the defense to adjust.
I mean, Audie Crooks had 20 something points, and I don't think anyone else was in double digits. And so, I mean, I think that speaks
Yeah,
volume
she had
as well.
32 points, and
Yes.
nobody else was in double digits. Emily Ryan had 9, Sydney Harris had 9, and Addie Brown had 6. But Addie also had 9 turnovers. So like it's just about composure, and I think that is about that youth factor.
Yeah, I was gonna say you could within the first couple of minutes, you could tell like Baylor was the veteran team. The way that they attacked the ball, their defense was impressive. It looked like Iowa State was kind of stunned. And I was hoping, I was hoping Baylor would have to transition a little, like, because they had a couple games off. I was hoping that they would be struggling the first couple of minutes. But when those first like 8 shots went through the hoop, I was like, well, shoot. But you could tell that they were a veteran team, and obviously Iowa State fought. So that was really exciting. I want to thank a couple more of our sponsors before we continue. But our friends over at Fairway Meat and Grocery have been amazing support of Cyclone Fanatic for a long, long time, and grilling season is fast approaching. So make sure you load up on your quality meats over at Fairway. We really do thank them for being such a longtime partner to Cyclone Fanatic. And then our buddies over at Country Landscapes. If you're thinking about doing something different to your home this spring or summer, make sure you hit up Country Landscapes. They have locations in Ames, Clear Lake, Des Moines, North Liberty. They can help you with any type of design, build project. Great people. So hit up Country Landscapes for your spring and summer projects. But Chelsea, what is next for Iowa State? Selection show is March 16th, so they've got a week off. You know, what does Iowa State do to prepare for the NCAA tournament in this next week?
Honestly, I think they'll watch this game. They'll learn from their errors because they're going to play a lot of really great teams as soon as the NCAA tournament starts. It's not like we've played. Not that they haven't already played the top teams in the beginning of the season with I don't know, even like TCU and Baylor are a good challenge. But I think Iowa State has the guts and the grit to be able to handle whoever we get placed with. But honestly, just learning and continuing to grow, because I think things like consistency from the 3-point line and consistency on defense is going to be a constant thing that we need to work on, and adjusting appropriately and not making those type of turnovers under high pressure scenarios. And it'll only get better with time. But I mean, I'm excited to see have a little bit of time off for everybody to heal up and like get a little refreshing time mentally and physically and prepare for NCAA tournament time, because I mean, that it's tough. It's end of the season. As a reminder to anybody listening, it's the end of the season. Everyone, classes are still going on. Bodies have taken a beating. Every team out there has injuries and people sitting out, and mentally it always takes a toll, especially it's a long season. So give them a little bit of grace.
Please give them grace. But I think it's, Iowa State has played some of the best teams, UConn, South Carolina,
Yep.
TCU, Baylor. Like, it's not an easy road for Iowa State. But, how do you think that they're playing right now? I feel like this is some of their best ball. They're peaking at the right time, right? You want to peak in March.
Yep.
So, like, what is your take on how Iowa State is playing basketball at this moment?
I mean, for us to be able to compete with Baylor, who's second in the Big 12, and to be able to compete with TCU, I think that's huge. And our rhythm and our style of play is only getting better. The balanced offense is only getting better. Other players' confidence and ability to be an offensive threat is just it's getting a little more well-rounded approach. And I mean, it's obviously near the end of the season, which we wish it would have come a little bit sooner. But I mean, I'll take where we're at right now because it's only a positive trajectory.
It's a great momentum to take in to the NCAA tournament. We're excited. Again, selection show March 16th. Chelsea and I will be back here for pregame and postgame, whenever those games are scheduled, whenever they are. So you guys can tune in. Thanks to our sponsors, Keen Project Solutions, Central States Roofing, Fairway Meat and Grocery, and Country Landscapes. Shout out to Aiden for producing as always, and go Cyclones.